Well, one day Jesus told this story. He said, there was a father who had two sons. And the younger one came to the father and said, Dad, I can't wait for you to die. Can I have all the money that's going to come to me when that time comes? So the father divided all his property between his sons, the younger and the older. And when the son had sold off all that was now his, he went to a foreign country where he just squandered his money on crazy living. He bought ice cream for all his friends. He was always buying the latest game system. He was throwing parties with expensive guests. But when the last of his money was spent and he had nothing, a severe famine hit the land. There was no food hardly for anyone. So this son went and hired himself out to someone in the country who sent him out into the fields to feed pigs. Well, the son was so hungry, he would have been glad to eat the slop and the pods that the pigs were eating, but no one gave him a thing. Finally, he came to himself. He said, how many of my father's hired servants have food enough to eat, and here I am starving to death? I know. I will go home, and I will say to my father, I will say, what should I say? Oh, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. Yeah, that's good. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Oh, yeah, I like that. But treat me as one of your hired servants. So the son started to go home. And while he was still far away, his father saw him and had compassion for him. And he hiked up his robes and he ran out to greet the son. And he threw his arms around him and kissed him. And the son said, oh, Father, I am no longer worthy to be called your son. I have sinned against heaven and against you. But the father stopped him and called to his servants and said, go, bring a robe, the best one, and put it on him. Bring a ring for his finger and shoes for his feet, and get the fatted calf and kill it so that we might celebrate because the son was dead and now is alive. He was lost and now is found. And they began to celebrate. Celebrate good times. Come on. Now, the older brother, he was out in the fields working. And when he was coming home, he heard all this commotion for the party. So he called to one of the servants and said, what's going on there? And the servant said, oh, yeah, that. Your brother has come home and your father has killed this fatted calf to celebrate. Well, this brother became angry and he refused to go into the house. So the father got up, hiked up his robes, and came out. And the son said, oh, Father, I cannot believe this. For years I have never disobeyed your command, and I have worked like a slave for you. But you have never given me a single goat so that I may celebrate with my friends. But this son of yours comes home after wasting all your money on loose living. And you kill the fatted calf for him? Oh, Father, oh. But the son said, oh, my son, you are always with me, and whatever I have is yours. But we had to celebrate because this brother of yours was dead and now is alive. He was lost and now is found. Come on, come into